Hello, everyone. Warm welcome. You are about to start the course, Learning Together to Lead Change on the front line of climate change and health. And I just want to provide to you a short and quick guidance on how to go about starting. So, once you have enrolled for the course by clicking on the enrollment link that was shared with you, you click on and you have created your account. You can now access the course. So, click on Start Course. It's taking a bit of time to open. Okay, so now the first thing is for you to read as much as possible everything that is written. So we'll start with the Get Started, and it gives you an overview of what we will be doing in this section. Afterwards, you'll see all the elements of this module that are in one place. So we'll start with what you will learn in this course. You click on Open. You can now take the time to read and go through everything. An overview of the 4 modules. And once you are through, make sure you click on Mark as completed. Once that is done, you can go to the next element by clicking the next icon on the bottom of your screen. How you will learn in this course. You go through learning from the experiences of your peers, bringing the learning to life with your own story, how we learn together. Once everything is done, do not forget to mark as completed, so that your progress will be recorded. And then you go to next. Please invite a colleague to join. This is peer-to-peer learning. You depend on their experiences to learn just as they depend on yours. So you can invite a colleague to join this course using any of your social media accounts and clicking on any of the links that are here. And once that is done, as always, you mark as completed. Then we'll go to next. It is important for you to download the Insights report, which is the key resource that was used to develop this course. So you can click on this link to download the report. I encourage you to do so right away. Once that is done, mark as completed, and as always, click on next. And I'm sure you would have noticed that each time you mark a task as completed, there is a blue tick. But it looks like I left something out. Tell us about yourself, which is very important, of course. So you go through, and that is why there was no green tick here to indicate that I had done that. So you have to click on Start to tell us about yourself. What is your biological sex? At what level of the health system do you work? Consider health facility. Or for me, it's international. I'm a community health worker. And you say whether you work for government, civil society, private sector. And then make sure you click on confirm. So here, there is something else. Instead of you getting the possibility to click on next, there is no way for you to do that. You have to click on back. You go back to the platform. And now I have the tick. Okay, so I'll now proceed with the other steps. Listen to the podcast overview, which unpacks TGLF's, the Geneva Learning Foundation's, on the front line of climate and change and health report. This is the foundation of the first peer learning course by and for health workers concerned. So you can click and listen to it. It's about 40 minutes long, but I encourage you to do so.
At a really vital report.
And once you are through with that as well, you mark as completed. And then you can go to the next. What health worker experiences tell us about climate change and health? So this just gives us an overview of what we heard from the health workers' experiences and why this matters. So once you have read all of this, mark as completed, and then you can move to the next. Here we just want to honor those who contributed and gave us the permission to publish their names, those who contributed in the development of this report through their insights and experiences. So here you can see the list of all of the contributors. Just join us to honor them and to appreciate them for sharing their knowledge with us and the rest of the health and humanitarian community in the world. So you see, it's quite a long list, and I'll move down to the bottom, mark as complete, and go to next. The next element in this model is how to earn certification for each module. It is very valuable for you to go through this so you understand the prerequisites that are needed for you to be able to access your certificate. So this is a step-by-step guide. You need to start by completing all mandatory units and then familiarize yourself with the module content. So the first step will be for you to invite a colleague, answer reflective questions, review and provide feedback, access and reflect on feedback, answer value creation questions, and generate and download your own certificate once you are done. So mark as complete as always, and then we go to the next step. The last but not the least element in this get started section is the honor code, which is for all participants. And here you start by making a commitment and by responding to this checklist. You can't go forward without responding to this checklist. And the checklist is your commitment to abiding to the honor code. Say, I commit to participating in this peer learning exercise with integrity and honesty, respecting the learning community and the value of authentic peer interaction. I commit to that. The second one is I understand that my assignments and projects must be my own work and represent my own thinking. If I use AI tools, I will disclose this in my submissions, including which tools I used and how I used them. By checking all of the items above, I confirm my agreement to abide by the honor code throughout this peer learning exercise. Once you have completed this checklist, after going through the honor code, then you can move to next. Once you have completed this checklist, after going through the honor code, then you can move to next. So what you notice is that because all of the sections of because all the get started sections are green for me, now module 1 is now visible. So as you begin this exercise, I wish you an excellent learning experience.